So magandang araw po sa ating lahat. So sa pagsosolve po natin nung previous problems natin, yung numbers 3 and number 4. This is in relation with those two items, ano? Kasi nga nagkaroon tayo ng confusion bakit iba yung lumabas. Ngayon, gawa natin ng mas maliwanag na paraan kung paano natin sosolvein. But still, we will be using yung tinatawag nating vector diagram approach. Mas madali siyang intindihin kung gano'n ang ating magiging atake. Ngayon, sa pag-analyze ko ng problem, kailangan natin ang approach later on ng pag-alam natin using vector diagram and applying trigonometric techniques in order for it to solve the problem properly. So base sa given natin, so let me state the problem. A 6.6 kV Y-connected synchronous motor has a synchronous reactance of 10 ohms per phase and negligible resistance. For a certain load, the motor draws 990 kilowatts at normal voltage. At this load, the induced EMF per phase is 5,160 volts. So yun, naidagdag lang natin siya doon. So determine the operating power factor. So sa given natin, as shown here, we have 6.6 kV, Y-connected 3-phase. Ang P input natin, since the motor draws, ibig sabihin kumukuha 990 kilowatts. So that is P in. And yung ating induced EMF per phase, so yung tinatawag nating back EMF or counter EMF per phase is 5,160 volts. Again, pag sinabi natin induced EMF sa motor, remember, ito ay pag ang problem natin ay motor. This is what we call our back EMF per phase. Ano? So, lagyan natin. We call it as the back or counter EMF. So we have our synchronous reactance of 10 ohms. Now, the armature resistance is equal to 0. Bakit? Sinabi sa problem, negligible daw ang resistance natin. Ngayon, anong required sa atin? The required is the power factor, which is equal to cosine theta. Sa solution natin, ang atake na natin is, let us make it IA as reference para mas madali yung analysis natin. So we have IA ang ating reference, V phase ipababa. So sasabihin niyo uli, sir, bakit pababa yung V phase? Ibig sabihin ba leading yung power factor natin? Yes po. Again, in our discussion, pag motor, if your E phase is greater than, nakalimutan ko din isabi din dito, isulat din dito, it is greater than or equal to V phase, then therefore your power factor is leading. So ito yun, yung kulay green, which is equal to VL over square root of 3. Then, syempre, yung IERA kabawasan, then IEXS is pababa. It is out of phase by IERA by 90 degrees. Then, pinroject na natin si E phase, which is yung kulay orange. Nilagay din natin yung mga respective angles ng bawat isa. We have yung theta natin. It is the displacement between V phase and IA. Yung ating sigma or the torque angle, which is the phase difference between V phase and E phase. And angle sigma, which is the angle psi, yung kulay light blue, which is the displacement between IA and E phase. Ngayon, saan nakuha itong theta z? The theta z is the resultant angle of the two drops natin, yung armature resistance drop at saka synchronous reactance drop. And ang resultant niyan is yung tinatawag nating synchronous impedance drop. And that is IA-ZS. Ngayon, paano natin nakuha, sir, yung theta z? the theta z actually is based from the impedance triangle. Tandaan natin na ang impedance triangle natin is yung resistance, reactance, then the resultant of Ra and Xs is actually your impedance Zs. And the angle projected between Ra and Zs is yung ating theta z. That is our impedance angle. Now, sa pagsosolve pala natin nitong problem na to, kung titingnan natin, we could try to go to a trigonometric approach using the law of sines or law of cosines. This is applicable for triangles having two given sides and a given angle or two given angle and a single side para makuha natin yung bawat sides ng ating triangle or bawat internal angles ng ating triangle. But in this problem, makikita natin, we could try to apply the law of cosine. Where, sa cosine law natin, we have angle A, katapat niyan is side A. Angle B, katapat niyan is side B, yung small side B. Yung angle C natin na capital is, ang opposite niyang side is small letter C. And kita din natin na nilagay natin yung respective yung ating pong respective na values para makita natin alin ba yung ating patutukuyan pagdating sa cosine law. So the side B is your E face, side C is your V face, side A is your IA ZS. So, bakit ko pinatukuyan ito? Dahil mas madali yung magiging approach natin pagdating kay angle B. Bakit natin kailangan si angle B? Kasi si angle B, nandoon yung value mo ng theta. Base dito sa triangle na to, kita natin na this is theta, yung projection natin ng theta from IARA dito, and theta Z, kapag pinag-add natin, this is actually the angle for angle B. Kaya ito yung angle B natin. Theta plus theta Z. Based on cosine law, this is B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine B. In relation to our solution para dito sa problem natin, we could see that the B squared is E face squared times what is A IAZS quantity squared plus V face squared minus 2IAZS times V face times cosine theta plus Z. Ito yung ating formula na pwedeng gamitin. Ito yung magandang approach dito sa problem na to. Ngayon, tatanungin nyo, sir, paano natin makukuha si theta Z? Theta Z could be get from having this particular formula. Theta Z, palitan natin ng kulay. Theta Z is equal to arc cosine. Pangitan, no? Arc cosine ng RA over ZS. So that is our theta Z. So pwede na natin, sir, makuha kung titingnan. At pag finormulate, sir, natin to, parang pansin ko magkakaroon lang tayo ng isang variable. So paano natin masosolve yun? So to start with, we need IA. Paano natin makuha si IA? IA is equal to P in over square root of 3VL cosine theta. Sir, wala pa tayong cosine theta. Okay lang. Bakit? Gagamitin natin itong equation na to later on pang substitute kay E phase. So this is 990 6,000 over square root of 3 times 6,600. Tama ba? 6,600 ang VL natin. Yes. 6.6 kV cosine theta. So, anong equivalent na to? So, gamitin natin ang ating mahiwagang calcu. So, 990 over square root of 3 times 6,600. Hanggang dun lang. So, this is 86.602 over cosine theta. So, yan si IA. Para makuha natin naman si ZS, kasi kailangan natin si ZS, ZS is equal to square root of Pythagorean theorem. RA, which is 0.05 squared, plus XS, which is 0.45 quantity squared. So, ano sagot natin dito? Sorry. Hindi pala. Ibang problem pala yun. Sorry po. Burahin natin to. Burahin. Sorry po. ZS is equal to what? Sorry po. ZS is equal to RA squared. So, this is 0 squared plus 10 squared. Ano, sir? Ano yan? This is RA and this is XS. So, ZS therefore is actually our XS. Ano? 10 ohms. Paano naman si theta Z? Theta Z is equal to what? Arc cosine of 0 over 10. Ano? Dahil ZS natin is 10, ang ating RA is 0, so this would be theta now is equal what? To 90. Ano? 90 degrees. Arc cosine 0. Check na natin. Arc cosine of 0 is 90. So, 90 degrees. So, we have IA, we have ZS. Ano pa bang kailangan natin? V-phase. Kailangan natin si V-phase. V-phase is equal to 6,600 volts over square root of 3. So, this is equal now what? To 6,600 divided by square root of 3. So this is 3,810. 0.50 or 512 volts. So pwede na natin itong i-substitute sa ating problem or sa ating palang formula given dito sa taas. So we have now E phase 5160 quantity squared is equal to ang A natin, ang IE natin is 86.602 over cosine theta times 10 quantity squared. Because this is IAZS. Ano? IAZS. Asan ba si IA? Ito. Plus V phase 3810.512 squared. Tama ba? V phase squared? Yan, tama. Minus 2 times 86.602 over cosine theta times 10 times 3810.512 cosine, anong cosine natin? Theta plus, ang theta z natin is 90 degrees. So, anong kinalabasan nito? Iisa lang ang ating kukuhaning unknown, and that is theta. Mas madali na natin siyang masolve using shift solve. So, this is 5160 quantity squared is equal to the quantity 86086.602 over cosine alpha x times 10 tapos i-squared mo pa plus 3810.512 squared minus 2 times the quantity 86.602 cosine alpha x times 10 quantity times 3810.512. Check. 512 nga ba? Ang ating nilagay din dito. Okay. 512. Oops. Cosine alpha x plus 90. Shift solve. So our theta now, based sa ating calculation is what? 55.84 degrees. Check na natin. Baka nalito sa 55.84 degrees. Sa mga tuwid, when we try to get the power factor, our power factor is equal to cosine of 55.84 degrees, which is equal now to cosine 55.84. So this would be 0.561 leading. So ito yung ating final answer. So ito din, itong technique natin na to, this formula, pwede ninyo na lang sa uluhin na to. This is applicable for leading power factor. Pero pwede nyo rin i-apply ito sa laging power factor as long as you try to get for the tawag nga natin is yung ating vector diagram. So this is 0.561 leading. Now, puntahan naman natin yung number 4. Ayusin natin kung paano natin atakihin itong problem na to. So, a 75 horsepower, 600 volts, 1000 RPM, 3-phase, connected synchronous motor has an armature resistance of 0.05 ohms per phase and leakage reactance of 0.45 ohms per phase. The efficiency at rated load is 80%. Rated load 80%, power factor leading is 92%. Determine the mechanical power developed within the armature. So, paano natin atakihin itong problem na to? So, given yung 75 horsepower natin dito is our P out, or the rated power output. So, this is 75 horsepower. Yung 600 volts natin is VL. Ano? And this is a Y connected. Pag hindi given kung anong connection, it is considered to be Y connected. Excuse po. 3-phase. Armature resistance of 0.05 ohms per phase. And yung ating XL, which is equivalent na rin sa XS since wala namang given na armature reactance. So, leakage reactance lang. So, ito ay 0.45 ohms per phase. The power factor is 80% lead daw, or this is equal to 0.8 lead, and our efficiency is equal to 92%. Anong required sa atin? The required for us is to get for the mechanical power developed, PD for short. Baguhin natin ang approach natin sa pag-solve natin ng PD solution. So let us scrap the previous discussion dun sa una nating ano. But rather, we will be trying to do this approach. Power flow diagram tayo. So, power flow diagram natin, as stated doon sa fourth problem natin. So, you have your P in. Then, the loss na mababawas sa P in is yung tinatawag nating copper loss or PCU. Which results now to what we call power developed. At kung meron man tayong mga mechanical losses, ang talagang magiging output ng ating motor or the power at the shaft is what we call now as P output. Pero ang hinahanap po sa atin is ito. So, paano po natin susolvin si PD? Kung titingnan natin, yung PE natin is coming from the formula square root of 3 VL IA for Y connected loads. And ang P copper natin is equal to P ng armature plus P ng field. But the problem is, wala tayong field losses. At this problem, this is negligible. Bakit? Not given. Again, this is what we call the field loss. Ano itong PA? PA is actually our armature copper loss. Na pag tinignan natin yan, PA is equal to 3 IA squared RA. This is applicable only for 3-phase. For 3-phase. Pag single phase, syempre wala yung 3. Sa mga tuwid, when we want to get for PD in this particular problem, PD is equal to square root of 3. Ay, sorry po. Ang PE natin may kulang pa. Cosine theta. Nakalimutan natin pala si cosine theta. Kasi kung VLIA lang yan, that is S in. Ano? So, this is VLIA cosine theta minus 3 IA squared RA. So, that is PD. Ito yung ating PD. Ngayon, paano natin isosolve yung mga kailangan natin? Yung mga parameters na kailangan natin. Ano bang given sa atin? We have P out, we have VL, we have RA, we have XS, we have the power factor, and the efficiency. So, solvein muna natin yung mga parameters na kailangan natin. Una, kailangan natin ma-solve si V-phase. V-phase is equal to ano ba natin kukuha nito? VL over square root of 3. So, this is 600 over square root of 3. So, this is what? 600 divided by square root of 3. So, this is equal to 346.41 volts. Next, paano natin makukuha si IA? Ano? IA is equal to Pin over square root of 3 VL cosine theta. So, this is equal now to what? Hindi pa natin pala makuha kasi wala pa tayong Pin. Para makuha natin si Pin is equal to P out over efficiency over 100%. So, this is equal to, ano bang P out natin? 75 horsepower. Horsepower times, syempre, kailangan natin ma-convert yung horsepower into kilowatts or watts. So, this is equal to 746 watts over 1 horsepower. All over 0.92 based doon sa problem natin yun. So, Pin now is equal to 75 times 746 divided by 0.92. So, our Pin is 60.815 kilowatts. Okay. Then, ang IA natin ngayon, makukuha na natin 60.815 over square root of 3 times 600. Then, cosine theta. Ano bang cosine theta natin? 0.8. So, in this problem, anong ating IA? Dito natin siya ilalagay. 60.815 over square root of 3 times 600. Oops, may kulang pa pala. Divided by 0.8. So, this is 73.15 amperes. 73.15 amperes. So we have IA. Sa tingin ko pwede na natin palang masolve to, no? Kasi meron na tayong formula for PD. Ito. Hindi na pala natin kailangan kuhanin si vector diagram. PD is equal to P in 60.815 kilowatts. Yun eh. Minus IARA. Ano ba ang IA natin? So, 73.15 amperes quantity squared times 0. Ano ba ang ating ano? 0.05. So this is 6815 minus 73.15 squared times 0.05 times 3 nga pala, before I forgot. Bakit times 3? Dahil 3-phase. So, papalitan pa natin na ating formula. This is 3-phase times 3. That is why our power developed is equal to 60.012 kilowatts. So this would be our final answer. Pwede kaya ang approach natin, tingnan natin. Pwede ba na natin gawin ng approach natin is PD is equal to 3 times E phase IA cosine theta. Kaso, kailangan natin hanapin si E phase. So, paano natin kukuhanin si E phase? E phase is equal to V phase. So, gagamitin na natin yung complex. Bar angle 0 minus IA bar angle positive theta dahil leading times RA plus J XS. So this is 341.64, tama ba? Yung ating V phase. Oh, mali pala. 346.41. Naduling si Sir Oka. 346.41 bar angle 0 minus IA is ano IA natin? 73.15 bar angle positive 36.87. That is our theta times RA 0.05 plus J 0.45 ohms. So, remember, sa pag-solve natin ng complex, change your mode into complex, then you have 346.41 bar angle 0 minus 73.15 bar angle bar angle 36.87 times 0.05 plus 0.452 I. Math error. Bakit math error? Kailangan ng multiplication. So the answer for our E phase is 364.45. Ano? 364.45 volts. Ito lang yung gagamitin natin, yung magnitude. Sorry. This is not cosine theta I need. Babaguhin natin to. This is cosine PD is equal to E phase IA cosine. Wait lang po. May kailangan pa pala tayong kuhanin dito. Wait lang po ah. So this is E phase. So this would be cosine sigma minus theta. Ito dapat yan. 3-phase IA cosine sigma minus cosine sigma minus theta. Let us see. So, kailangan pala natin ng bar angle dito. So, ng bar angle natin dito. So, negative 4.5. 364.45 bar angle. Sorry po. Negative 4.41 degrees. Tama ba? 4.5 pala. 4.5 degrees. .51 degrees. Because we all know that yung kinuha natin dito is what? Sigma. This is sigma. Let us try kung makukuha natin si PD. So, ito yung formula natin for PD. Lalo na pag meron tayong XS. RE plus GXS. So, this is 3 times E phase is 364.45. Tingnan natin kung tama nga yung binigay sa ating formula. IA is 73.15. So this is cosine sigma is negative 4.51 minus 36.87. Mode 1, 3 times 364.45 times 73.15 cosine negative 4 minus negative 4.51 minus 36.87. So the answer is 60.011 watts. So 60.11, sorry po. This is stroke eraser. Kilowatts. So, very, very near po yung sagot natin. So, ito yung isa nating formula. This is applicable. This is applicable for all entities actually. Pero kung meron, if RA is negligible, pag negligible daw ang RA natin, if RA is negligible, PD is equal to 3 times E phase, V phase, all over XS sine sigma. Total power developed po yung nakuha natin. This is the total power developed. Kasi may times 3 tayo dito. Pati din dito. So that is the formula naman. Pag ang kukuhanin naman natin is PD, power developed, but RA is negligible. So we have now different formulas na pwede natin gamitin in order for us to solve these different types of problems. Okay, ito naman, ang sasolve naman natin sa point na to is yung last item. Ano? Medyo may pagka-trigger ito kasi meron ditong isang sentence na so bibigay sa atin ng question, ano bang ibig sabihin nito? Ano bang meron doon? So a 50 horsepower, 3-phase, 20-pole, Y-connected, 60 Hz, 440 volts, cylindrical rotor, synchronous motor has an operating no load. Is operating at no load with the generated voltage per phase equal to the phase voltage applied to the armature. At this condition, the rotor is retarded 0.7 mechanical degrees from its synchronous position. If the effective resistance per phase RA is 1 ohm and the synchronous reactance per phase XS is 10 ohms, calculate the power developed in the armature in horsepower. So maraming mga items dito pero ipaparticular ko lang kung ano yung mga possible nating gamitin base sa problem na to. Paano ba natin atakihin ito? So in our given sa atin is the power output which is equal to 50 horsepower. Kailangan ko tong 20 volts. Mamaya malalaman ninyo kung bakit. 3-phase, Y connected. VL is 440 volts. Sabi daw operating at no load. So ibig sabihin, sa sitwasyon na ganito, operating at no load, yung motor mo has no mechanical load whatsoever. Tumatakbo yung ating synchronous motor ng walang nakakabit sa shaft. Freely moving siya. Most of the time, ang mga ganong klaseng mga motor is yung ginagamit natin sa power factor corrector. Kaya kung mapapansin mo, it is operating at a no load with generated voltage per phase is equal to the phase voltage applied to its armature. Ito yun, to. The generated voltage per phase is equal to the phase voltage applied to its armature. Anong ibig sabihin nito sa? It only goes to show that your VL, which is equal to 440 volts, pag kinuha natin ang V phase niyan, V phase which is equal to 440 over square root of 3, this is also equal to your back EMF. Pag sinabi natin generated voltage per phase ng ating motor, yun yung kasing nag-generate na voltage habang yung motor mo ay umiikot, and that is in contrast with your supply voltage, and that is what we call your back EMF. Tatandaan po natin yan. So that is E phase. At this condition, the rotor is retarded at 0.7 mechanical degrees. Ito yung ating retarded mechanical degree. This is actually 7 degrees mechanical. This is actually in relation to what we call the torque angle sa electrical. Pag sinabi natin retarded mechanical degrees of 7% of 13% degrees mechanical, 0.7 I mean. 0.7 pa pala, 0.7 mechanical degrees. That is in relation to our torque angle. And we need to convert the mechanical degrees to electrical degrees to get for the torque angle. Paano? To solve for the torque angle sigma, here, lagay na natin, sigma is equal to P over 2 times the mechanical degree. Ito yung diniscuss natin last time sa alternators natin to get for the electrical degree. Since it is in relation with the torque angle, yung retarded mechanical degrees, then therefore, P2 is P over 2 is very important, or the number of poles is very important. So this is 20 over 2 times 0.7 degrees mechanical. So this is now equal to what? In our terms, this is 7 degrees electrical. So, gagamitin natin siya sa problem natin. If the effective resistance per phase RA is 1 ohm, and the synchronous reactance per phase is 10 ohms, calculate the power developed in the armature in horsepower. So, kailangan natin muna si RA. RA is equal to 1 ohm and XS is equal to 10 ohms. Ano required sa atin? The required is the power developed in horsepower. So, it is total power developed. So, since meron tayong RA and XS, pwede natin, ang solution natin dyan, solution, the power developed is equal to E phase IA cosine sigma plus theta. Oops, wag nating kalilimutan ang 3 sa ating formula. So this is E phase IA cosine sigma plus alpha. Cosine sigma plus alpha. Cosine sigma plus theta. So this is our power develop. Pero kailangan natin makuha alin yung mga parameters na kailangan natin such as sigma. Wala pa tayong sigma. Wala pa rin din tayong theta. Pero alam ko na ang power factor ko is leading. Ano? Bakit na naman, sir? Ano? Again, don't forget yung ating general rule that if your E phase is greater than or equal to your V phase, then you have a leading power factor. So, wag pong makakalimot dito sa formula ko nito. Errata lang po. Sorry. Changes lang po. Nalimut na naman ni sir. This is sigma minus theta. This is sigma minus theta. So, this is our formula for this particular problem. Ngayon, paano natin siya masosolve? So, we need to get for the parameters. Kaso, ang daming wala. IA, wala. E phase, alam na natin, sir. Sigma, wala din. Theta, sir, wala rin. So, paano natin makukuha, sir, yung mga pangangailangan natin? So, dyan napapasok uli yung ating vector diagram. So, sa vector diagram natin, since leading, so we will be taking IA as reference ulit. So, ito yung IA natin. Ito si V-face. Then, this is IA, RA, this is IA, XS, then, ito is A-face. Then, alam din natin sa ating equation that the resultant of IARA and IAXS, ito, is IAZS. So, lagyan natin ng mga angles na kailangan natin. So, this is theta. This is our torque angle sigma. Then, this would be angle psi. Then, ito din is theta. Then, ito is theta z. Alam natin yan, yung theta na yan is coming from the impedance triangle. Ngayon, ano kayang pwede nating approach dito? Pwede tayong gumamit ng cosine law, pwede tayong gumamit ng sine law, to get for the parameters needed in this particular problem. But since given sa atin itong sigma natin, ano kaya pwede natin gawing approach? What would be a good approach in this particular problem? Okay, sa tingin ko, ang gagamitin muna nating equation is to get for IAZS. Isa yan dapat sa pwede nating makuhang parameters. IAZS. By that time, pwede din natin ngayon makuha si IA. For this. Makuha natin si IA. Pag nakuha natin si IA, then sa tingin ko, makukuha rin natin si theta for the particular problem. So, paano natin makukuha si IA ZS? So, gamitin muna natin uli yung ating mahiwagang triangle. So, this is sigma. This is theta plus theta z. Then, this is, ito yung ating A, di ba? This is our B. And this is our C. Ang B natin is A-face. Ang A natin is V-face. This is E-face. This is V-face. Then, ang C natin is IA-ZS. So, kailangan natin daw makuha si IA-ZS. Paano natin makuha si IA-ZS? By using cosine law. Cosine law is what? So, side C ang kukuhanin natin. So, this is C squared is equal to B squared plus a squared minus 2ab cosine big letter C. So, ito si C, si B, tsaka ito si A. So, kung i-convert natin ito into the formula na meron tayo, na given yung mga symbols natin, so we could see now that we have what? IAZS quantity squared is equal to A phase squared plus V phase squared minus 2 E phase V phase cosine C. What is cosine C? Cosine sigma. Given ang E phase at saka V phase, ano yun? Yung 440 over square root of 3. So, E phase, which is equal to V phase, which is equal to 440 over square root of 3. So, ano po siya? Ano po siya? 440 divided by square root of 3. So, this is equal to 254. Point 0.034 volts. So, may kuha natin ngayon si IAZS. IAZS quantity squared is equal to 254.034 squared plus 254.034 again squared kasi magkaparehas minus 2 times 254.034 squared ulit. Cosine, what is our sigma? Cosine 7. Cosine 7. So this is squared plus squared, oops, plus answer squared minus 2 times answer squared times cosine 7. So, IAZS squared is equal to 962.043. 962.043. 962.043. Then we need to square both sides. Square both sides to get IAZS. IAZS now is equal to square root ng answer 31.017 volts. Ito po yung ating IAZS. Now, we need to get for IE. Paano natin makuha si IA? Kuhanin muna natin si ZS. ZS is equal to what? Square root of RA squared. Ano bang RA squared natin? RA is 1 squared plus 10 squared. This is, baka may magtanong, this is RA squared plus XS squared. So this is equal now to 1 plus 100 square root ng answer 10.05. Therefore, IA now is equal to 31.017 volts all over 10.05 ohms. So, inverse lang siya times 31.017. So, your armature current is 3.086 amperes. So, may IA na tayo. Ano? May IA na tayo. So, we have IA, ZS, we have IA. Ngayon, we do need, sa ano bang kailangan natin? Power develop. So, IA, given na. Ngayon, paano natin makukuha pala si theta? Kasi ito, ano? Sigma minus theta. So, paano natin makukuha si theta? Well, we could actually try to use an approach here na anong approach natin na pwedeng gawin? The approach that we could try to apply in this particular is using sine law. Pwede tayong gumamit ng sine law dito. Ano? Paano tayo gagamit ng sine law? Sine law naman, balikan natin ito. Sine law. The law of sines. We could say that B, sine B is equal to C sine big C. Yan yung gagamitin natin sa formula para sa pagkuha naman natin ng angle that is theta minus theta Z. Ano? Bakit? Kaya ako bakit ito ang ginamit ko? Kasi dito ko makukuha na this is what? Anong B natin? E phase over sine theta plus theta Z is equal to C sine C. What is C? IAZS all over sine C is sine sigma. So, ito yung formula na pwede natin gamitin para sa copy ko lang siya, no? So, ito yung pwede kong gamitin ngayon sa pagkuha ko ng theta. Ano? Kailangan kasi natin ng theta. So, ano bang E-phase natin and IAZS? So, this is 254. So, this is now equal to 254.034 over sine theta plus theta Z is equal to IAZS. Ano IAZS natin? 31.017 all over sine 7 degrees. So, yan ang kailangan natin sa formula natin. Now, sir, meron tayong theta Z na kukuhanin. Tandaan natin, ang theta Z natin is makukuha natin by getting the arc cosine of RA over ZS. So, this is equal now to arc cosine of 1 all over 10.05. So, anong arc cosine yan? Shift. Arc cosine ng 1 divided by 10.05. So, that is equal to 84.289 degrees. So, makuha na natin. So, this is 254.034 all over sine theta plus 84.289 is equal to 31.017 over sine 7. So, pwede na natin dito gamitin ng shift solve, or if you want to manipulate your trigonometric or algebraic expression and trigonometric expression, then you could try to also do that. Pero, shortcut na natin. So, 254.034 over sine alpha x plus 84.289 ay equal daw sa 31.017 over sine 7. Shift solve. Oops, syntax error. Bakit? Shift solve. Okay. So, hindi maganda pag ganun ang ginawa natin. So, pwede na natin i-algebraic expression na lang to pag ganun ang case natin. So, this is sine theta plus 84.289. There are times na hindi talaga natin pwedeng kuhanin yung gamit si calculator. So, this is 254.034 times sine 7 all over 31.017. So, calculator natin. So, 254.034 sine 7 all over 31.017. So, this is 0.981 0.9981, and this is sine theta plus 84.289. Arc sine. So this would be theta plus 84.289 is equal to, you need to get shift arc sine ng answer. So this is 86.494. 494. So theta now is equal to what? So minus 84.289. Your theta is 2.20, 205 degrees. So, sa mga tuwid, sa pagkuha natin ngayon ng ating power develop, PD. Nasa na ba yung PD natin? PD, so this would be our PD. So, PD is equal to 3 E phase IA cosine sigma minus theta. So, ito yung kukuhanin natin. Okay. So, gagamitin natin ngayon yung ating kinuha. Ngayon, tatanungin nyo, ano? Sir, paano itong sigma? Is the sign of the sigma positive talaga? Or is just the magnitude of the displacement between A phase and V phase? Bakit ko naiisip yun? Bakit ko nasabi yun? Kasi, kung titingnan natin sa vector diagram, kahit i-twist natin ito, i-twist natin itong V phase at gawin natin reference, alam natin na sigma has a negative direction. Ano? Sigma has a negative direction so as our theta has a, well, minus theta naman tayo. So, sadya talagang negative ang direction niya talaga. Ano? Pero dito, ang sigma natin is and its negative direction. So, paano natin mapuprove, sir, na ano o magiging sign na tong sigma natin? So, to check, mag-check muna tayo. Check natin yung ating sagot. To check, pwede natin gamitin yung A phase bar angle sigma is equal to V phase bar angle 0 minus IA bar angle positive theta dahil leading times RA plus JXS. So this becomes now A phase bar angle sigma is equal to, ano ba ang ating V phase? 254.034 bar angle 0 minus IA natin. Ano IA natin? Ang IA natin is ayun, 3.086. 3.086 bar angle positive 2.205. 2.205 times 1 plus J10 ohms. Pag kinumpute natin ito, ang kalalabasan niyan is ito. 254.03. So this is equal now to, sorry, 254.03 bar angle negative 7, approximately bar angle negative 7. Yan na, 6 bar angle negative 6.9999939. So it means sabihin is approximately equal to 7 degrees. So tama yung pagkakasagot natin. But this time, if you would notice, your sigma here, your sigma here is what? Your sigma is negative. Kaya ko siya sinod. Your sigma here is negative. Kaya, dito, sa pagsasolve natin ng PD now is equal to, this is 3 times. Anong E-phase natin? 254.034. Kasi magkaparehas sila ng value, di ba? Times IA is 3.086. Cosine, anong sigma na gagamitin ko? The sigma that I'll be using is negative 7. Minus the theta that I'll be using is 2.205. Ganyan natin aatakihin yung problem natin. So this would be 3 times 254.034 times 3.086 cosine negative 7. Ay, sorry. Gawin natin palang ano. So 3 times 254.034 times 3.086 times cosine of the quantity negative 7 minus 2.205. So, ang ating power developed sa makatuwid, the power developed is equal to 2,000 check natin 2,321 56. So, masyado siyang mababa kung gagawin pala natin ganun. Sir, masyado siyang mababa. Kasi, ang horsepower natin is 50 horsepower. O, tama ba ang pagkakakompute natin? 50 horsepower. Hindi naman. Hindi pala. Kasi hindi natin nagamit itong P output. We didn't use the P output. Tama din. Na mababa talaga yung magiging output or power developed natin since we run the synchronous motor at no load condition. Ibig sabihin, pag no load condition, the power output, the mechanical power output is almost very, very minimal and close to zero. Kasi, kung may load yan, there's a possibility na umangat yung power output natin to 50 horsepower at its full load. But since wala tayong nilagay na mechanical power output, so ang madedevelop lang talaga natin power is very, very minimal. And that is around 2,321.56 watts. Sir, ba't may power develop pa rin? Tandaan natin, umikot pa rin kasi yung motor natin. Nag-produce din siya ng back EMF, and that production of the back EMF resulted to this power developed. Tandaan natin, this is the power developed at the armature. PD is the power developed at the armature. Ibig sabihin, yun yung umiikot na power within dun sa armature windings natin. Since nag-develop tayo ng tinatawag nating back EMF, even though that we have no mechanical load. So, tama lang na mababa siya. Tama lang siya na mababa since wala tayo kasing load, mechanical load sa ating system. So, this would be our answer for this particular problem. So, I hope na naintindihan ninyo. Pag may tanong kayo dito sa problem na to, please feel free to ask. And I'll answer that on our Facebook group page. So, sana dun sa Facebook group page natin siya i-develop para yung mga questions para lahat makinabang dun sa mga itatanong po natin. So, muli po, marami pong salamat sa pakikinig. And I'll see you on next meeting.